talking. Word to the wise, I'm a G, you don't know me. I just tripled last month in this whole week. Double time 06 and an OG. Shorty kissing on my neck, says she know me. Word to the wise, I'm a G, you don't know me. I just tripled last month in this whole week. Double time 06 and an OG.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Day Sports Podcast. And yes, we've got a new room today, and not only a new room, we got a new guest today. Angus Cummings, how are you, mate?
Oh, pretty well, thanks, mate. How about yourself?
I'm very excited. It's probably my favourite week of the year, the Masters.
Mate, it's everyone's favourite week of the year.
Oh, it's all time. Before we get into that, sticking on the theme of the Masters, your golf foursome, like the boys you want to go on the course with, but there's a bit of restrictions. One's got to be a tour pro.
Yep.
One's got to be a celebrity, and one's got to be a sports celebrity.
Right. Look, I think I'd have to take Adam Scott because of his perfect swing, mate.
Wow.
You got to play around with Scotty. I'd probably go Matthew McConaughey because I always wanted to spin yarns with that guy.
He seems just like a top bloke, eh?
Oh, no. Did you see his Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I didn't. Is it? It's all the time. Apparently, I heard a story about Matthew McConaughey. Like, he was like doing just finance at uni and stuff. And like one day he was going for like a job interview, I think. And he was at uni, and then he went to his mate's house, and his mate wasn't there. And so he just went in the house and he started reading all these magazines, and then saw this magazine on like filmmaking and stuff. So like he just went, oh yeah. And then called his dad that day. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do this finance stuff. I'm going into filmmaking. He wanted to be a cameraman. Yeah, right. And then ended up getting into acting from there. Yeah. That's like hectic. That's sick.
He got famous pretty young. And normally with celebrities, when they get famous young, it's pretty hard for them to keep their heads straight.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Because they go from having all these really real connections and interactions with people to all these really superficial, oh, I love you. Like, I don't even know you. Who are you?
Yeah.
But he landed Dazed and Confused, which I think his first job, he landed that at like 22.
All right.
And he was talking about how he went away just to deal with the whole fame because it was so different.
Yeah, because like it was like a spur of a moment choice, the story I heard. So
he seems like a pretty worldly guy, though. I reckon he'd be good to spin yarns with. Anyway.
Very hectic. And the sports...
The last one would have to be Nathan Cleary after his Origin 2 performance.
Wow.
Mate, I need to give him a big pat on the back.
I don't know if the Penrith boys play any golf, but he's just
probably not.
Probably not, but he's just a top bloke.
Yeah, that 40-20 kick.
Oh, that was
phenomenal.
Who would I go? I'll go right now. I think I wouldn't want to go. I was thinking Tiger, but that's kind of a bit obvious. I want to go like someone a bit more boys. Yeah, like can you get around? I was thinking maybe JT or Ricky Fowler. Yeah, because they're more boys. So I'm gonna go JT.
Bring their misses.
Yeah, yeah, JT. I'll go JT as my tour pro, and then celebrity. Marky Wahlberg plays a fair bit of golf. Marky Wahlberg. He plays good golf. So,
but he'd hit bombs.
Yeah, I know, but like no one can catch me really.
Yeah, I reckon he's a dedicated man.
Yeah, he's good, and I think he'd also have some few yarns. He's been around. So it'd be good. And then probably the celebrity I'd go with after his performance in the Tiger Phil match, Tom Brady. I'd get him in there.
Oh, mate, just to make you feel good about your golf.
Yeah, he played so shocking. And it was
just like 160.
Yeah, I know. Far out. And then the funniest thing, just that holes out that one shot, and just the whole day he's just talking smack to everyone. Yeah. Oh, he seems like a funny bloke as well.
Nah, he does seem like a good bloke. Yeah. Old noodle arm.
Yeah, I'd get it. I'd get around him. He hasn't been playing well in the last few weeks, but
yeah, he had a bad week 9, but he's been turning up the other weeks. He loves silencing the haters.
That's he does, 100%. Yeah, loves silencing the haters. But I think we'll get onto the Origin.
Yep.
New South Wales big win from New South Wales.
Huge win, mate. How do you feel about that?
Not good. I as soon as Munster went off when I was watching, I was like, nah.
That was within the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know. You got a big head knock.
HIA.
Yeah, 34 points to 10. Mate, Cody Walker, that inclusion, that is absolutely massive from Freddie Phil. And they started playing the footy they wanted to. And, can't go past Nathan Cleary's kicking performance last night.
The 6 and 7 combo was noticeably a lot better.
Yeah,
I think a huge impact.
Yeah, the fact that I think the problem with having Keary and Cleary together is that they're both really number 7s and no one can really take control. And we saw last night Cleary really took control, and every time you saw him on the screen, he was talking and getting the boys in position, stuff like that. And they executed well. Katie Walker, fantastic return to Origin for him.
Yeah.
Getting a try early on as well.
Mate, I have to say, though, Gagai, when he puts on the maroon shirt,
Wow.
he's a freak.
He's a different beast, eh?
Even when I was watching the semi with South versus the Panthers,
Oh, yeah.
he was a freak.
Yeah, he's
Like, he just carries the team and he lifts the boys really well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's a perfect big game player. Like, he would be terrible or like just non-existent during the off season, but get him in a maroon jersey or maybe in the finals, he would turn up every day. It's what you want, and he's probably one of Queensland's best. But that's not too hard.
What did you think of Daly's performance?
I think he really needed to step up when Munster went off, and he didn't really do that as well. Like, I think his game one performance was good, but it also like was helped by Munster being there as well. And I think when Ben Hunt went in, I think it just threw Queensland a bit off. And like they went ever in the game at any point, even though they did score first. Like apart from that, like you could still tell New South Wales was on top at pretty much all points. I think they struggled with that kicking game from Cleary to Phillip Sammy and Addo-Carr. They like chased down so many kicks and like put him in the in-goal. So they really nullified at Queensland from there.
Gutherson had a great game as well.
Yeah. Oh, like at the beginning, I thought when Capewell kind of had his number still, and I was like, oh, he's going to have a pretty ordinary game. But then he kind of turned up and after game one, he didn't really perform that well with him and Wyden. They didn't really perform well.
Yeah, he was a bit quiet in game one.
Yeah, and so was Jack Wyden on the other side, playing out of position, obviously. But it would be interesting going to game three. I think I saw the team list came out, and it was pretty much the same thing, same teams.
Right.
With because there was a few head knocks, HIAs going on, and I think they've all been cleared, and obviously there was a fight in the middle. Yeah. That everyone's been cleared from that. Nathan Cleary got cleared of his shoulder charge as well. What do you think? What do you think of the fight?
Oh, look, it was all right. The guy from the Maroons team looked like he should have been playing in TNs and a bun bag.
Yeah,
but
an Eshe, eh?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It was to rip a footy jersey. Yeah, you've got to be pulling pretty hard. Yeah, you think about what those jerseys are designed to withhold.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's you just gives you an idea of the collar punches going on. He's the young boy for the Maroons, is it Coates?
Yeah. The winger?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier Coates.
Yeah,
he's pretty freakish.
Yeah, he got targeted though.
Targeted. Yeah, and also on the other wing, Phillip Sammy got targeted as well. And he's not playing this game. I'm pretty sure. No, Phillip Sammy. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure it was either the head knock near the end, if I remember right. And another inclusion for Queensland, Jake Friend, though he's still starting hooker, Harry Grant's been brought in to the 14 role, and Christian Welch, he's back from his game one head knock, so that's a big in. And for New South Wales, they brought in Ryan Pappenhausen, but he still hasn't.
Where's he playing?
He's not. So he's on the 18, but they just brought him in. Freddie's given him like hints to the media that he's going to come on and play maybe 14 and replace maybe one of the boys who was on the bench last game. So it'll be interesting. I think you got to get Ryan Pappenhausen in there. He was probably the best player in the last final. 10 weeks of the and the final, obviously, in the last
on the daily
last 6, like the finals week, pretty much. So it'll be interesting to see. You got any predictions for game 3?
Oh, look, game 2, that was the Blues I was expecting to see.
Yeah,
like you look at that lineup. It's so stacked. It's so stacked, and a lot of them are in really good form. Like you look at Tedesco, you look at Addo-Carr, Cleary, like all of the big players are all really in form. Yeah. I'd look. When you're playing in Queensland, you just never know because the Queenslanders love turning up at Queensland. Yeah, which kind of makes sense.
Oh. And apparently the stadium up in Suncorp, the 100% capacity they've allowed.
Oh, really?
For game 3.
So what's that, like 80,000?
No, it's like 50,000, but it's like a really compact stadium, so you're really close, so you feel it.
There'll be no Blues.
Yeah, no Blues.
Queenslanders.
It's 50,000 Queenslanders yell and abuse. That's
yeah, mate. I feel like COVID has just been an excuse for Queenslanders to just get New South Wales people out of the state. They just don't like New South Wales people.
Oh, 100%. Nah. But, like, it'll be interesting. Like, having a full crowd, like, you'd think, like, it really wouldn't affect that much, like, the games played on the field. But when, like, momentum gets picked up, the crowd can pick you up.
And the Queenslanders, they thrive on momentum.
Like, I used to hear stories of, like, the old Blues team when they drive past Caxton Street in the pub and they're throwing full cans of 4X beer and smashing the bus windows on the way.
I haven't even heard about that.
Oh, like, so they used to, they don't do it anymore. So Caxton Street pub is like the big Queensland pub, like, for the rugby league. And then before the game, the buses used to drive there, and, like, the people from the pub, they run in front of the bus to stop it. Like, and then so they can't move on the street because there's just people standing there. And then people from the pub are just hurling beer cans and smashing, like, the bus is always a wreck after the game.
Oh, that's so
It was just, it's hectic, but, like, it would be such a good atmosphere to be up there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Bit of a waste of 4X.
But yeah.
Don't mind a good 4X.
Oh, 4X. Not too bad.
Slaps up at Queensland.
Not as good as the Furfies, but.
Yeah, it's the whole thing about having beers that are, if you're in a climate and you have a beer that's brewed in the same climate, it's meant to be really good. So that's why Furfies are good here, because it's a bit colder.
Yeah. Well,
and then you go up and 4X gets really 4X,
good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. What's your go-to?
Oh, mate, I kind of like the Byron Bays. They've been my my recent selection.
Wow.
Otherwise, Cooper's Dry. They're pretty good.
Not bad.
I'll go any beers.
Yeah.
Frothy Osco.
You more of a beer drinker or just?
I'd say I'm a beer drinker.
Yeah, good. Real man. Score prediction for the game 3?
Oh, look, I've got no idea. I think New South Wales, if they play the same game they did, they'll win. But you just never know in Queensland.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to pick it.
Oh, it's literally, with that crowd, it's going to make it a lot closer. I'm going to back my boys. I'm going to back Queensland to get the job done. I'm going to go, if they're going to get the job done, they're going to have to work on the defence, like make it a real low-scoring match. So I'm going to go 12-8.
It'll be close.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
That's one thing for sure.
12-8, yeah. And then I'm going to go Josh Papali, man of the match, the big front row.
Really?
Yeah, he scored.
Bit of a grub.
Yeah. He can carry a forward pack by himself. He's so big and
he's a big.
He's
boy.
so effective. Like, once you get tackled, like, he's still running and getting 5 more meters after he gets tackled. It's so effective.
Valentine Holmes is looking pretty dangerous as well.
Yeah,
they get him more involved, because you could notice they shut him down.
Yeah, they shut him down. Like, that whole kicking game just shut the back 3 down completely, and they. I don't think he was as good as Brimson in the first game. Brimson was out of this world in the first game, and obviously he got injured. Yeah, he looked all right. I wouldn't say like, I don't think he's a natural fullback. I said this before, and
you can kind of notice that.
Yeah, he's definitely a winger, and but he's shown at Origin. He scored 11 tries in 6 games for Queensland. Like, he's a threat
freak.
Either way. So fullback or wing, doesn't matter where he is, he's still a threat. What's your score prediction?
Look, I'm going to go 16-10 to the Blues.
16-10 Blues.
But
okay.
Then again, you just never know in Queensland.
You can never tell Queensland. But I was thinking usually the team that wins the neutral venue usually goes on to win the series because they win their home match. And
I think Wayne Bennett will give him an absolute G-up of a speech at half 100%. Time.
Yeah.
He loves those.
He's such a good coach. And he's like, apparently he's like training the gym with the boys and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like playing cards and stuff. So he seems like a hectic lad.
He's been around for ages. Yeah. He knows the tricks.
He knows what to do. So
I saw that he was only, because I saw him the other day on TV. I was like, God, he's getting pretty old. So he's only 70.
Really?
Yeah, he looks about 85.
Yeah. I thought he was like 82.
I'm like, mate, is that guy going to make it through? That guy going to make it through the whole game?
He's been around for a while as well.
I could be so wrong, but last time I said it was 70.
Wayne Bennett, age. Oh yeah, 70. Far out.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks way old. I thought he was like 80.
It's probably because he's played played NRL and then coached NRL.
Yeah. Oh, the stress.
Stressful thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to talk about I've forgotten now. Oh, it was Tedesco. So
yeah,
with Tedesco, because I remember I was watching the final, and Fittler was on the sideline.
Yeah.
And he said that Pappenhausen was 100% in, and then the injury thing came up.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought Tedesco was injured, so I was like...
Yeah, so initially, Tedesco... So when he said Pappenhausen was in, he meant, like, in the boys' squad, not, like, the fullback.
Okay.
And then Tedesco had an injury scare in training, and they were looking to put Pappenhausen in, but then also Pappenhausen got injured during the time... Like, he got injured during the grand final, and then...
It was when he did the jump out.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
He's done that twice this year, and
he's
a freak athlete. Went to Oak Hill College.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like 2 years older than us. Went to Oak Hill, and
who would have thought?
Yeah, like no one wanted him. Like he went.
Because he was too small, wasn't he?
Yeah, too small. He was at the Tigers, and he was at the Storm. Tigers Junior went to the Storm, and 2 years ago they offered him up to like leave the club because what they had at the time that. Billy Slater at the club, Scott Drinkwater, and Jerome Hughes, who's playing halfback now.
Well, a lot of those, a lot of people at the Storm wanted that one position.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So he's done pretty well to get there.
Yeah, I think the game he came on against Parramatta in 2019, and they won like 64-10. He played outstanding when he came off the bench. So straight in for that. Yes. So he got offered up to like 4 different clubs. No one wanted him. I think he even got offered back to Tigers. They didn't want him.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. But now...
He's a Daily M winner.
Clive Churchill winner.
Oh,
yeah. Clive Churchill winner and a premiership winner, which is absolutely hectic.
Yeah, that's huge.
He's a bit of a rare unit, apparently. Like,
I reckon he would be.
He, I was listening to Cooper Johns, and he was saying... Cooper Johns plays for Melbourne Storm as well. And
right.
He in his room, he breeds stick insects. Like, he... captures them and then puts them in like little boxes and makes them breathe. And I'm like,
pretty dusty.
That is some rare from Pap.
Pretty rare.
Yeah. There's some rare, like I don't know anyone that rare, but like to do that.
Yeah, breeding stick insects is something else.
that is
can't say I've ever heard of anyone doing
another level. And apparently he's like super smart, like maths as well, because they the boys have there's a few Melbourne boys that have a card, but NBA card like. Trading in business, and like he develops like financial equations for them, and like doing it. He's like they call him Rain Man down in Melbourne.
Oh, that's so funny.
Which he just seems like the rarest unit, but I back him.
Yeah, I was saying when Boydie Cordner went off for a HIA.
Yeah,
I was saying like some of the HIAs that I've been asked like months of the year backwards.
Yeah.
I would not back half the NRL to pass that without a concussion.
Oh, even
and I'm not saying that
yeah.
in a bad way, but like I wouldn't even.
Yeah, that's like no. So apparently you have to, the NRL one, you have to. So they ask you all the questions, but they say 5 different words to you at the beginning,
right?
And then they ask you all the questions and whatever, and then at the end, the test is. If you can remember those 5 words they said you at the beginning after all these questions.
I still reckon some of the boys in the NRL would
like,
fail that. Fail that without a concussion.
I was listening to Kalen Ponga and Connor Watson, bro. I thought they were like semi alright and like sort of smart.
Yeah,
bro. They're like, so this year's a leap year. Like they're talking. This is like during the COVID break, and they go, this year's a leap year.
Yeah.
So that means we have like 6 less days or something. And then I was like. Okay, this is not a good start. So like, I think it like gets cut off in April, and like we stop at like April 23 or something. I was like, bro, you can't be serious. You can't be that dumb. Like I don't understand how you can think that. I was just like, what is going on?
I always thought Ponga was kind of smart, but
yeah, no, he's just retarded apparently. It's not great for them. Yeah. But hey, they're making $1 million a year. What can I say? I'm just here doing a podcast.
And he's a freak.
He's my.
Who's going to the Knights again? One of the boys from the Blues team that was saying he's going to the Knights.
Brazil.
Yeah, he played well.
He's a freak athlete. Like
I reckon the Knights will be good with him. Yeah, they've got Pongo. They just need to build up their team slowly.
Let's talk about Mitch Pearce leaving and doing a swap with the Roosters, but I think that broke down. He needs bit of beer burps. He needs like a better team around him. Like this year, they had a lot of injuries this year. I think 2 games in a row, 3 hookers went down, so they like completely like fell apart from them. But still, he needs like Mitch Pearce did nothing good this year.
Yeah,
and like a lot of people say Ponga's like not like as good as like maybe a Teddy or an RTS or someone like that. But
Ponga,
he's so good.
He's to make a team that's not as talented as the other teams look good. Is something that's very hard to do. That's what Gagai or the Souths are pretty talented.
Yeah. Oh, for Queensland, like that's what Gagai wants to.
You could see in Gagai versus, not Gagai, well, basically it was Gagai versus the Panthers.
Yeah.
But no, the Souths played really well, but Gagai was just in everything, and he was like he was leading from the front, and I think that made a huge difference. But watching that Panthers team in the semi-final, it wasn't that noticeable in the final until not even when they were coming back. They were still looking good, but them versus Souths, I've never seen an NRL team look that physically.
Yeah.
Like they were physically and mentally peaking because you're coming into the game, was it 18 games in a row?
So at that Souths game, there was 16 wins in a row. They won that, and they were going for 18 in the grand final. Yeah.
So they're coming in 16 games in a row, and when an athlete is peaking,
they're
a lot more confident. Yeah. They're physically peaking, so they're physically and mentally peaking. Yeah. So what happens is they're less likely to get injured because they're more confident, and when you're more confident, you're more relaxed.
Yeah,
when you're a bit more tense getting tackled, you're more likely to get injured. Mm-hmm. So anyway, you could. I've never seen a full team look that good. Like they were literally a pack of Panthers. It was so impressive.
Yeah. They're just They played with a lot of confidence during the whole season.
It was weird though because their semi-finals performance I thought was a lot better than their grand final performance.
Semi-final like. They still struggled, but like they dug in deep and like got the job done.
Yeah, they did well to have like a bit of a hustle at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, when he called that might have been Origin 1. You know when Tedesco played the ball and he called full time even though he played the ball?
So
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, so if you watch the replay as well, when they start to play the ball, the NRL 9, like the TV clock, doesn't start for another 4 seconds.
Right.
So on TV, like the clock.
So it's 4 seconds behind.
Yeah. No, it's not 4 seconds behind. Like the clock didn't start when they said play the ball. The clock didn't start, and then when it started, it wasn't in sync with the referee's clock and the NRL's clock.
Yeah. Okay.
So then they were like 4 seconds behind, and then on TV it looked they stopped 2 seconds. Oh, pardon me, 2 seconds or so early. But no, they were actually like perfect. Like. The full-time whistle went during the tackle, basically.
And do you think if they had that play, do you reckon they would have scored?
Definitely. Nah. And also, when people try to claim, if we had that play, we would have won the match. Like, you had 7-yard minutes before to win the match.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you can't really... And it hasn't happened, so you can't really... And also, Queensland did deserve to win that game. They were the better team, 100%.
They played really well.
Yeah.
They came out so hard at second half, and that was right after the commentator was like, Wayne Bennett, best second half coach ever. Like really G'd him up, and he just produced. But yeah, the Panthers, that was when they had that last play off the kickoff, wasn't it? And they were just trying to keep it live.
Yeah. I was at the game. It was so
If they had have scored that would have been the most hectic comeback I would have ever seen.
Melbourne had the 11 people on the pitch at that time because 2 sin bins.
Oh, remember that guy who got sin bin? He just wouldn't get off?
Yeah, Brandon Smith.
Oh, mate.
Brandon Smithy, he was at he was living with Matty Johns for the last few days, and they had to get back to New Zealand for an emergency, and he didn't have his passport.
Yeah.
And apparently, the night before Matty Johns, he was blind on the beers, and it was
Matty Johns.
Yeah, calling the New Zealand immigration and telling him, you have to let this bloke in, and then the next day they got a call from New Zealand because Brandon Smith left his passport in Melbourne, and you know how Melbourne went into the bubble in Sunshine Coast?
Yeah.
He didn't think he needed it until he went back to Melbourne, but then they had a family emergency. And then in the morning he gets a call from the New Zealand Matty Johns gets Matty Johns gets a call from New Zealand immigration, and he's like, they're like, oh yeah, we're letting him through, and then he's like, what do you mean? What happened?
Oh, that's so funny.
I
didn't know Matty Johns went so hard.
Oh, he's apparently he tells a story about his son tells a story. So he lives in Collaroy right now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he lives in near a restaurant called Elementos. Where do you live?
I'm at Mona Vale.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know Elementos.
Yeah. Right. He lives. Yeah. So they're saying at the Collaroy RSL or whatever it is up there.
Yeah, the Collaroy.
Yeah. He goes in there and there's a bottle shop across the road.
Yeah.
And he buys little Crystal Head vodkas in there and then takes it in, and then because he doesn't want to pay like full price, and then orders tonic waters and
that's so
fills it up and leaves the glasses behind the pokies. And he thought he was like getting away with it for all these years.
They were just letting him.
Yeah, apparently because his son used to work there and he knows some of the people working in there, and they're like, oh, we've just got a collection. It's called the Matty Johns collection of Crystal Head vodkas, and there's just like a tub of his bottles in there. So yeah, that's pretty funny from Matty. He seems like the funniest bloke ever. He's so good.
I would have loved to have gone to the games. I was in one of my not related at all, but I was in one of my biomedical pracs, and one of the boys lives on campus at Sydney because you just get random people, and he was saying that the All Blacks were training.
Oh, right.
On number 2, and he said that in real life, like you see them on TV and you're like, wow, they're big, but he said they are just massive.
Oh,
he's like, it's a different breed of human. That's how big they are. And I was like,
on TV they look nothing like.
Oh, they're huge. Sonny Bill Williams, biggest guy I've ever seen.
Really,
biggest guy. Really? He's huge. Like he looks big compared to the other rugby players. And then you see another rugby player because I was a couple of years ago, I was in South Africa. I was coming back and we flew back with the Springboks.
Oh, right. No.
And I forgot number 4. What's his name again?
I'm not a...
Yeah, okay. Anyway, he's a big boy, and he was just... I always thought he was big from watching him on TV.
Yeah.
But he was just massive. Like, seriously, I've never seen a human that big.
That's a mess.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the Masters.
Yeah. This is my favourite week of the year. We got off to a rocky start this morning in the Masters, but got delayed for a few hours.
Classic 2020.
Yeah, no, 2020. Just trying to ruin.
Always going to happen.
They're trying to ruin the only thing I love, you know.
Yeah.
But first time since 2006 that they haven't finished a round on the same day. But currently in the lead, Paul Casey, 7 under. Conditions are looking so easy out there.
I haven't actually watched any highlights. I was going to.
I watched it this morning. Yes. The greens are so slow. Like,
oh, really?
Absolutely. They're so slow because of the rain. Like, they had a massive downfall of rain. Yeah, like, no one's getting the ball to the hole. Like, pretty much Adam Scott's putting well. That's when you know, like, the greens are
something's wrong with the greens when Scotty's putting well.
Scotty's draining.
Something's got to be wrong with the greens.
He was, like, 12 or 15 foot away, and, like, he just, like, looked like it was going to go, like, so far past, and he just, like, died into the hole. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the week that Scotty can do it with his putting. But
well, you know, his winning putt on the playoff hole. Yeah, was it 10?
Yeah, 10.
He slammed that. If that didn't go on the hole, he was going to have like an 8-footer to go to another playoff hole. That would have been huge. But I love Paul Casey. Like I wouldn't mind if he won because when we were volunteering in the Australian Open, just for all the viewers, I had Adam Scott, Paul Casey, and Sergio Garcia, and I was kind of carrying the scoreboard. And I got to meet all of them, and they were all really good blokes.
Yeah, so lucky.
Paul Casey he's a really nice guy, so I actually wouldn't mind if he won. He's got a nice swing.
Yeah, he's got a nice. Yeah, he's got a. Really
Scotty's a little bit quiet.
Better. Oh,
Scotty's swing is just phenomenal.
It's so good, and I saw these TikToks of it was like, oh, when you're watching the Masters with your girl, and they say, oh, who's that Adam Scott? He's all right, isn't he? And then it's just boys just thinking of what the girls think of, and then what the boys think of, just this swing, how pure it is.
It's so pure. Every time you see Scotty playing, the commentator's like, I don't know how this guy hits the ball wrong, like how he mishits it. Then he gets to the green, whips out the broomstick putter, and he goes, Yeah, mate.
So, let's just 3-putt every green I hit. It's so retarded.
Is he broomsticking at the Masters?
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty.
Yeah, but he's sunk well. He's done all right. So currently, he's 3 off the lead, but he's only played 10 holes.
Well, Tiger's 3 off, isn't he?
Yeah, but and he's completed his round. I don't think it's the best start.
Wait, how many's Scotty played?
10 holes.
He's only played 10.
He's only played 10 holes.
And he's 4 under.
And he's 4 under. Same with JT. I think
that's huge. So what, are they teeing off early and then teeing off later tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because usually they would have gone early one day and then late the other.
Yeah, so now they're going early and then late.
Yeah.
So they go early to finish them, and then they tee off late that arvo for the next. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
And the leaderboard's pretty stacked. Apparently there's 68 that Tiger shot the 4 under, lowest first round he's ever had in the Masters.
And look, I was saying to you before, Tiger always starts slow. He always when I can't remember the last. It might have been the Masters. After he'd won the Zozo. Championship in Japan. Mm-hmm. Whenever he shoots, like he's a couple off the lead, and I think Friday, my prediction is he'll be like a couple off the lead.
Yeah.
But if he's like within that 5 or 6 shot range coming into Saturday, he always turns up Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, he just turns up. Like there's no one better on a Sunday than Tiger Woods.
I think it's so unlikely that he'd win again.
Yeah.
But if he won the Masters, I don't know if he'd ever win again after this Masters.
I don't think he'd win again, period, before even the Masters. But
I think if he's ever going to do it, it's this Masters. Otherwise, he's just going to start losing faith. But I think he kind of likes the attention of being the running out, like the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And, oh, mate, if he wins again, that'd just be...
It'll do wonders for golf.
Dreams come true.
What was it? I was going to say there was a comparison. Jack Nicklaus, same, like he finished at
I saw that.
Same age, same world ranking.
33, wasn't it?
Yeah, 33.
Ranked 33. And it was like their 25th Masters or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 25th Masters and going to win their 6th Masters. And
imagine if he got 6 green jackets.
That would be mental. Like, who do you reckon is the GOAT compared out of Woods and Nicklaus?
Look, I watched this... I can't remember what it's called, but I watched this documentary on Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
And obviously Tiger, everyone loves Tiger. Yeah. But like he had that whole scandal with his wife and everything. With his with all those 19th holes. But Jack Nicklaus just seemed like a really good sportsman.
Oh yeah.
He would they were interviewing people who just come onto the tour when he was kind of at his prime.
Right.
And apparently he was offering them advice, like telling them how to do this and like, welcome and really,
just like helpful, like really helpful, yeah.
He just sounded like a really good sportsman and a good role model. Yeah. So I probably would say that Jack Nicklaus has to be the GOAT. Right. Just because he does have more wins than Tiger.
Yeah.
And he's a great sportsman.
How many Tiger's what?
50, Tiger's got 82.
Oh, no, I'm talking about major wins, like 15
or 16.
16, and then Jack has like 19, I think.
Yeah, Nicklaus has a few more.
You can't... I'd say Tiger still. Tiger, because
of the bounce back from adversity and the bunch of injuries, that is seriously impressive.
That is so impressive. And also that period of 10 years, no one, like, it wasn't like close with people like getting close to him. He was dominating everything.
The Pebble Beach, what year was it when he
2000 in Pebble 2000.
The year when was that the same year when his caddy Steve Williams?
Yeah.
He only had 3 balls.
Yeah,
is that year?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 2000. I need to check.
But I guess Tiger is probably more of an impressive golfer because Jack Nicklaus started and he was winning and he didn't really have that down.
Yeah.
Tiger didn't win things. What was it? How long did he not? Because in between the Masters, in between Zozo and the other one, wasn't his last win was like 2013?
Oh,
Zozo
so his last PGA Tour win was 2013, and then his last major win was 2008.
So the fact that he's competing with Jack Nicklaus, who was peaking his whole career,
wow, yeah,
it's quite impressive. Like, you think if Tiger didn't have that scandal, you think about how many wins he'd have.
And like that. So
and all the injuries.
So
like three knee injuries?
3 knee, no.
And a couple back?
2 back, like reconstructions basically. And he's talking, I saw this video that Taylor May put out about a short game, and he can't, like, you know how you're just meant to like disconnect this top bit and keep the lower half still.
Yeah.
So on his chipping, like, he has to like move everything back because it's like connected all together. So his lower body moves when his upper body moves, and it's like,
it's so impressive that he's bounced back.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, didn't he have, when he was versing Rocco, mediate?
Yeah.
In that.
Oh, he had a broken
knee.
Oh, yeah, broken knee.
Yeah, he's done his knee a couple times as well.
Yeah.
And coming back from a knee injury.
Yeah.
Is just.
He has, I think it's because he had like early days, he had such a violent swing. Like
he used to go at it. And you look at how far he's hitting it with the technology that he had. Like, if you take one of the drivers that he was using in 2000 and the balls that he's hitting at 300, and you tried to hit that 300, or you got a Tour Pro to try hit it 300,
no chance.
Like, I'd love to watch Bryson try and hit that.
Bryson probably could do it now, but not with the consistency that Tiger had. Not a chance. Like, Tiger was a different breed.
What did you think of Bryson's? He was 2 under, wasn't he?
2 under, but he did have a double bogey on the par 5 because I was watching this morning. It was the rarest thing I've ever seen. So the 13th, where it's like a big loop around, a really easy hole, like average.
Everyone normally eagles it. Well,
birdie. Everyone birdies it. Like, everyone gets an eagle chance basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he hit a 3-wood into like a really good spot, and then he hit his first approach shot, like, went left into the bushes. And then he hit his provisional. He was trying to lay up with his provisional and then hit it into the water.
Oh no! The water off the back of the green.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not
like you know that creek.
Yeah, it's the creek. Yeah, in the front right bit of the green, and then So then he didn't find his ball in the first one, so then he took a drop near there. He's playing 5, and then like fluffed his chip, and it just was like.
You love to see it.
It's good.
You love to see it. Sorry, Bryson.
Yeah, no one
never going to watch this, mate. I'm so off you.
No one likes Bryson. Like, apparently, Chuck likes Bryson, doesn't he?
Yeah. Look.
There's a few people that are trying to copy Bryson.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see golf go in that direction.
I think the problem, golf needs to go with, like, especially on the PGA Tour, they need to start going like tighter fairways and like make it a lot tougher, because if he's just in driver for everything and like the rough's not that bad for him, he can just get it out. They've clearly got to change something, because it's no longer a sport about accuracy. You're changing it into long drive essentially.
Well, you look at the US Open, how they were raving the whole week about how hard the rough was and everything.
Yeah.
And I watched Bryson's highlights, his final round. He literally, half of his shots were just out of the rough.
Yeah.
And he'd just boost it and it would be completely fine. And that really, like, you can kind of see what you're saying about how it does ruin it.
Yeah.
100%. But did you see when he was like, par for me this week is 67?
Right. Oh.
I just loved that he shot 2 under after he said that. It's still impressive because he's still, 5 off the lead.
Yeah, so basically...
the current lead.
Yeah. If he did what everyone else did on that one hole, he would be shooting a 67 if he got, a birdie on that hole, which usually, that's like the easiest hole on the course. But in terms of... do you think he's going to bounce back and win this week?
I think that he will be in contention.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to be in contention.
Just because it's Bryson.
Yeah.
He loves, he fiends hate.
Yeah.
He just does really well.
Yeah.
I would love to see him fall apart.
Oh,
no, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But
no, I'm wishing it Bryson fall apart big.
Yeah, so off Bryson. But I think he'll be in contention.
I think.
Did he drive any greens today? I didn't.
No, I don't think so.
Because the first is one that he can drive, isn't it?
Yeah. So the first is 400 and something, but like it's a bit of a dogleg ride. So if you take like the straight line route's like around 380, so
That's a big
I
drive.
think
That's
apparently
a huge carry, but he could do that.
Yeah, he could do that. Oh, 100%.
And isn't one of the other ones?
The third hole is really short. He flew it with a 3-wood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's freaking nature.
And then the one before the 16th, is that drivable?
That's a par 5. So it's easy.
No. Trying to think before what's the par 3? Is that the 17th? The par 3 over the water.
16. That's 16.
Oh, the one after that, is that drivable? 17th.
Yeah, that's like around 420 yards. I don't think it's drivable.
Pretty flat.
I don't know.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, especially in the conditions now, it's so wet. The ball's not
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah.
Anyway, you see Nick Faldo said if he drove the first green,
he'd go streaking.
he'd go streak around Augusta.
Come on, Nicky.
DJ and Rory, they're playing. Rory struggled a bit today this morning. I think he's even par before the rain delay. Dustin Johnson, I think he's 3 under right now through 10 or 9, 3 under through 9.
I think Dustin Johnson will definitely be up there.
Dustin Johnson, he was playing well. He's again his putting like really lets him down.
Yeah,
what he can offer off the tee and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of players when they're gifted off the tee, their putting is always letting them down. Like you see, before like Adam Scott, he's a prime example. He's pretty. You wouldn't say he's like a long hitter, but he's up there.
Tony, he hits it pretty big.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah.
Tony Finau's pretty long, but all their putting just lets them down.
Yeah, because Scotty was the leader off the tee in distance at the Houston.
Oh right, yeah, he hits it. He hits it pretty far.
Yeah, when I was at the Oz Open, he was hitting bombs because, you know how we played.
Oh yeah.
All the viewers, we played the Australian after we volunteered because you get a free round for volunteering.
Yeah.
And the places that they played off the very back tees.
Yeah, we played off we
played probably 30 metres in front, maybe close to.
Yeah, around.
But the places that he was hitting his drive to was just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you know the 10th, the one with off the putting green that goes that way?
Yeah.
He hit that to within like 20 metres of the green off the back tees. It was freaky.
Holy demon. Remember that kid on the putting green? We saw
it's a little Eshe?
Yeah, a little Eshe.
Oh mate, God. What are you doing?
It was like fist pumping practice spots, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is your life right now? Mate. Yeah. Your prediction for who do you reckon is going to take it out this week?
What did Brooks get in the opening round?
He didn't play. He was playing pretty shocking, to be fair. I was watching this morning. Koepka, where are you?
Is he under?
I don't think so. I think he's even. I'm pretty sure.
Koepka's another guy.
Sorry, not even. Two over.
Ooh.
2 over 310. Yeah, he wasn't.
No, he can turn that round.
He can, but
if he turns it round to like a 1 under, 2 under, he always turns up.
Yeah. But he's not looking like the same Koepka before, like
the wrist.
Yeah,
or before he started chatting
smack about Bryce.
Oh, that was so funny.
That was a funny scene when he was doing the anthill one, where he's like,
that was stupid though. That's not golf. You can't complain about ants ruining your life.
Yeah, it's
like,
so retarded.
I'm sorry, mate, but that's just so against golf.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Before, he like took a big break, like during this whole time. Like he hasn't played that many tournaments, and I think that's kind of showing like his ball striking was not great. Like he was in wedges like 20 feet or 30 feet.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal.
Look, yeah, I don't know. You just can't count Koepka out.
Yeah, you can't. He's a competitor. 100%.
Especially at the majors. He always manages to find a way to get in it.
He's an athlete who plays golf, and he peaks. Like he's really good at peaking at the right times.
Yeah.
I think you don't see that, especially in golf. A lot of people just try to play as well as possible every week and not like a kind of taper period or like just control themselves. Yeah, I think Koepka's really, really good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So who are the top couple? Because that'll give me a good idea.
Yeah.
I think someone everyone likes will win.
Yeah.
Because you look at the top 15. I had a quick glimpse,
and
there were a lot of names.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty popular.
Yeah. So currently, right now, Casey's 7 under. Webb Simpson, Xander Schauffele.
Not the QS. Sorry, what is it? The FedEx Cup.
Oh, FedEx Cup.
FedEx Cup grinder. Webb Simpson.
Webby.
Always in FedEx Cup. He's a freak.
Yeah, he is. Hate his swing, but he's a freak. Webb Simpson, he's 5 under. Xander Schauffele's 5 under. Justin Thomas 5 under, but he's only played 10 holes.
Jeez.
And
so he shot 5 under through 10.
Yeah, he was playing so good this morning.
JT, that's huge.
Yeah, I think I was watching. I'm thinking JT, he's on this week.
I'd be worried about him having a pretty crappy next 8 holes though.
The problem with JT is he's a really streaky golfer. We saw in I think 2017 US Open he shot the course record on the Saturday 63. US Open lowest score ever, and then next day shoots like a 72.
Yeah, I would probably guess that he's going to go out and either shoot even for the 9.
Yeah,
it's either going to be
even or 5 under,
four over, 5 under, or even. It's just nothing
There's
in between.
There's a lot of people tied at 4 under. Scotty, Matty Wolf, they haven't finished their rounds. They're both 10 and 11 respective, and Paddy Reed is on 4 under. No one wants to see that. Matsuyama.
That'd top 2020 if Paddy
Reed wins the Masters.
Gets a green jacket.
Yeah, that'll be 2020.
That's me. That's me done. Off to Mona Headland.
John Rahm, Channy Finau, Ricky Fowler, DJ 3 under.
Everyone loves the top.
Yeah, Justin Rose 3 under as well. Mark Wisherman's 2 under.
Oh, Leishy.
Leishy's
that's huge from Leishy. That's pretty good from the Aussies to have Scotty Leash. I'm pretty sure. How'd Champ go? Because that was his first Masters, isn't it?
Yeah, Jason Day's 2 under as well. Cameron Champ's 2 under. He's played 9 holes.
So that's 4 Aussies. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad from the Aussies.
Yeah, no, that's a great turnout.
That is a good turnout. I think it's going to be one of the lowest scoring Masters. Yeah.
I think after today, will they have to keep the pin positions from?
So the morning people keep the same pins, and then they'll cut it.
I think after those people come through, they're going to realise and they're going to put the pin positions in pretty tough places because the Masters.
The greens are like they've.
If the greens are that easy, they're gonna have to and
put killer pin positions.
You can put killer pin positions at the Masters.
100%.
Especially is it the par 5?
Yeah, you
with
can
the
put
bunkers.
You can put it right in the corner, and you have to land in the middle and feed it all the way around. That's so hectic. So your prediction, your guess, your tip.
Look, obviously I want Tiger to win.
Yeah,
but I think looking at past years, I think Xander,
he's played it well in the last
Snowflake, he'll be up there.
Snowflake.
I think, Tiger, JT. I think Scotty's actually gonna. If the greens are slow, I actually back Scotty to do pretty well, and he's looking really hot. He won the Gold Coast. He won his first PGA event since 2013. This year, start of this year.
He won the Genesis Open recently before that as well. So
I think, look, I don't know, Scotty, if he doesn't struggle with his putting, I think he's probably got the most consistent swing.
Yeah. Oh, you really can't go. I don't know how many times the commentators or people.
They froth him.
You can't go wrong with that swing, really.
Yeah, I'd probably say Scotty. Or I want Scotty to win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. It's a pretty stacked leaderboard.
Yeah, like picking winners in golf these days it's basically a lottery. Like it's impossible to do.
Yeah, everyone's so good.
Yeah.
How'd Colin Morikawa go?
I don't think he did fantastic.
I thought he was going to do well after the US Open.
Yeah, he's even through 10. He kind of petered out a bit after that PGA Championship freak victory that he had. I'm going to go... I said it. My picks before this week were Bryson and my value was Matthew Wolf. Matty Wolf, he's playing all right. 4 under through 11 holes.
He's very good.
Yeah. But watching,
I could see him winning.
Yeah, I love Matty Wolf. His voice is extremely high. It's so funny when those TaylorMade videos they put out, and he's always like talking. It's just
come on, Matty.
He's so rare.
Johnny Rahm did all right, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 under. Yeah, that group. So the group of...
There's a lot of TaylorMade boys in that.
Yeah, all the TaylorMade boys up there. What? So
you got JT's Titleist.
Yeah, JT's Titleist.
So Scotty.
Yeah, and I think Paul Casey's Titleist as well.
Is Snowflake TaylorMade?
Snowflake? No.
Oh, is he Callaway?
I think he's Callaway. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting leaderboard. I'm going to get, so my pick was Matty Wolf, but watching this morning, JT, I think he could also
wasn't
do it.
Koepka coming back to the how he's a bit of an athlete?
Yeah.
He was going, it was between golf and baseball, wasn't it? Or was he always golf?
I'm not sure about that. I know Gary Woodland was...
Oh, he was a baller, wasn't
he?
Yeah,
he was playing college basketball.
And Finau?
Yeah. Finau was playing college basketball and they just switched up. And like in 3 years they're on tour.
I couldn't imagine Woodland playing basketball. He's a huge guy.
Apparently he guarded current NBA players now. So he must have been pretty good.
I think he was good.
Yeah.
But you look at the athletes, there's heaps of athletes.
100%.
I like that. Like Patty Mahomes.
Oh.
Apparently it was between baseball and NFL.
Oh.
Because you know how he bought a share in the
the
MLB team, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same as, so he's the Chiefs. It's the same.
The Kansas
something.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
he bought a share in those, and they were saying he was between baseball and NFL, and I guess because he just landed a $500 million contract, he probably chose
made the right
sport.
decision.
Well, he looks so hot right now.
Oh my god, there was something that's saying he's like, I can throw it around 80 yards.
Oh, he's a freak.
He's that arm. I don't think he can compare.
And he's pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
Like you look at this year, particularly Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
His running game has been, I'm not going to say completely shut down.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as what it was last year. Because you look at the last year when he's got those huge breakthroughs with the spins. And now I was watching the Ravens versus, I've watched a couple of their games actually. And
Steelers especially. Ravens versus Steelers, he got absolutely shut down.
But the Steelers' defense is just something else.
They are playing mint right now. 8-0.
Big Benny.
Benny Roethlisberger. What a freak.
Yeah, he's good.
I think, so they're 8-0. They're currently first in the AFC.
Yeah. AFC. I think they're in, I don't know if they're in North or something. I know they're with the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bengals.
Yeah. But in the whole of the NFL, they're
they're leading.
One. Yeah, they're leading.
I think right behind them is the Bills and the.
I think Chiefs are 8-1 and the Bills are 7-2.
Bills are 7-2. They're 7-2.
Yeah, because they lost to Chiefs and they lost to someone very recently. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Bills. I love
Steelers. Oh, I love the Bills. They're my second team. I go for the Browns.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, my second team would have to be the Bills, but I'd love to see a Steelers-Chiefs Super Bowl.
Oh, it can't happen.
It won't, but
no, because
imagine
it's AFC, yeah, that conference would be all time.
It's going to be an insane game if they do end up playing each other, but I think they will. If they both, because they won't verse each other to start with because they'll be top seeded.
No, they've changed the thing, so it's the first 7 teams.
Yeah,
so
but
now
it's like
just the top seed will only go through. Have a week off, and so it'll be 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 v 5.
Yeah. So they wouldn't. I don't think they're going to play each other in that round.
Oh yeah.
One of them will be leading.
So obviously, yeah. So my bad. But do you have any predictions for the Super Bowl? Like who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Look, I don't know. Everyone was raving about Tampa Bay.
They have fallen off drastically.
They got absolutely nailed. Who are they versing?
They got whacked by the Saints.
Yeah, Drew Brees just picked them apart. Seriously.
That first half was freak. I was like, what am I watching here?
I've got to admit, Brees turned up.
Yeah. And
Brady just didn't. No, he didn't turn up at all.
I think this is a sign for time for Brady to.
No, I think
time to go.
I reckon he has one more Super Bowl in him. I reckon it's an outrageous claim. But you look at how hot the Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, their defense is right now.
Yeah.
Defense is really impressive. They had a terrible game against.
Yeah, bro. Their defense was all right. Their offensive line gave up that many penalties and stuff. There's one video of Tom Brady absolutely spraying everyone because they gave up 3 penalties and it was a 2nd and 34 at one point.
But then the next game, I don't think they gave away many at all.
Oh, really?
If not 0. I remember because I saw this thing about how Brady sprayed, had a bit of a spray, and then they all listened.
Yeah.
And it was how if the GOAT has a spray, you have to listen.
Yeah.
But look, I reckon if they came in with form and a bit of momentum, they could be a potential underdog to win the Super Bowl.
They definitely have the firepower to do it.
And 100%. They've got Antonio Brown coming in.
Yeah, he played.
They better hope that they have a carousel, mate, because the bag of cheese bringing. Seriously.
Yeah, like the amount of he just seems like a really hard bloke to
manage.
Yeah, it's not a great. I think Chiefs will do it this year.
If they went back to back, it'd be pretty impressive.
Eddie Mahomes is such a freak. I
was watching their first game, and this was the first game after he got that huge contract, the first game of the regular season.
Yeah.
And I was like, he had a pretty quiet first half, I think. I can't remember too well.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe he just had a really good year last year.
Yeah.
And he's about to pull a massive Baker Mayfield. But he just turned up in the second half, single-handedly got them that W. Well, not single-handedly, but he did pretty bloody well.
He's a freak athlete. I think we'll move on quickly, probably finish with our golf stories we have. What's the funny stuff that's happened on the course with you?
Had a few funny moments.
Yeah.
The funniest was probably just going back to with Scotty at the Australian. Just again.
Hey, boys.
If you didn't know, she was at the Australian. When we were shaking their hands at the end, I don't know if anyone watching this has ever shaken hands with Mr. Bachelor. But the sloppy fish is a term that we don't throw around lightly.
For anyone who's doesn't know Mr. Bachelor, he's a PE teacher who was at when we were at school.
Guy, very nice
he's a
guy.
Funny guy. Doesn't blink. I've never seen him blink.
Seriously, such a top bloke. But
he's good bloke.
Anyways, when you shake his hand, it's really soft. And he found that really funny when we were telling it to him. Anyway, Scotty was the exact same. So he'd just finished this round. I think he'd shot 4 over. He wasn't too happy. And I was the little scoreboard guy, and he came to shake my hand, gave me a signed ball, and I just crushed his hand. Seriously crushed it. And I wasn't even going that hard. I don't know if it was just me being nervous.
He doesn't seem
or
like
if
a
he
wet
just
fisher.
did that. I thought he was going to give me a solid one. I was like, get ready. But I just crushed it. I seriously think that I was worried that I had hurt him and he wasn't going to be able to play well the next day.
Well, he missed the cut. He did miss the cut.
But he shot 4 over, and then I think he shot 3 under.
Yeah.
So he still missed it, but thank gosh, because that's half the reason I want to play with him, just so I can say sorry. Just sorry, mate.
Who was the people you did on Saturday? Nisbet and the boys?
Oh, Nizzy and the boys. The Gold Coast. He was the what are those boys? The Broad Beach boys or whatever.
Broad Beach boy, yeah.
He was so funny.
He seemed like such a top bloke.
Yeah, Leishman. I remember when Leishman hit the kid.
Oh, yes.
He was on the fairway and hit this big 8-iron, and it was
so far
missing
right.
the green. Yeah, and there was this little kid lying on the ground, and it literally just made centre contact with his kneecap and bounced back onto the middle of the green. And then, and I remember the kid was getting helped off in the ambulance, and the dad wasn't going with him. The dad was staying there. He's like, mate, I've paid for my ticket. I'll let the missus deal with this one. Anyway, the paramedics made the dad go with the kid in the end.
Oh, that was funny.
And it was on TV. If the missus saw that, she would have lost it. But then Leishman drained the birdie part, which is the funniest part. Gave him a little signed glove. Sorry about the shattered kneecap, mate.
Just
cheers for the kick.
Ended a 6-year-old's career in any sport.
That kid's gone.
That kid's gone. I'll say a pretty funny moment in our recent golf trip we had. 6 of us we went, and we were in teams of the worst and the best were together, and then it went in gradually order. So Gus and Ryan, they were the 3 and 4. Me and Chuck, who's been on the potty before, 2 and 5, and then Tyson Lee is another mate, and Connor Cameron's another mate. They were 1 and 6, and they were playing together. And I think we're doing an alternate shot that first day.
The first day, yes, we were.
The first 9 holes, me and Chuck were playing absolutely shocking golf.
Remember the first tee off? It was alternate shot, and didn't Chuck hit it? Oh no, who teed off for your team?
No, yeah, Chuck.
Who hit it about a metre? Someone didn't make it off the tee box. Someone.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So we're playing sixes, so you get points based on how your team goes on that hole. And we were like, me and Chuck were so far behind after.
Oh, you guys were playing terrible.
We were playing so bad, and then in the second nine we just turned up, and so it was pretty much a battle between you two initially, like you two groups, Tyson and Connor, and then you and Ryan, and then me and Chuck started clawing back. We started winning like 4 holes in a row, and then we were getting back points. And then on the last hole, we were even. So basically, like if you lost that day, you had to drive the next day because then you couldn't drink at the clubhouse or anything like that. So this was it was pretty big for the boys. So we clawed it back all the way to tied points with Tyson and Connor. So me and Chuck, I think we make bogey or par.
No, I think you both had birdie parts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
And then you guys missed and got the par, and then,
Tice hit it to I hit the green, and then Chuck, tapped it in, got it in real close, and then I just tapped it in for a par. And then, so Tice hit a putt, and then it was about 2 feet, I'd say, for Connor to tie it up.
Probably, it's got to be within that.
Yeah, it was probably the smallest putt. And let's say Connor's putting is not the greatest.
It's just the pressure.
It's the pressure, and he absolutely...
I would have missed that putt. If I had that much pressure,
I've never been so happy in my life.
Oh, that was
the funniest moment. You missed like a 1.5 foot putt. It was the funniest thing.
Yeah, I think any one of us, if we had that putt, would have missed it. Oh. He got the short straw having to hit that putt.
100%. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That was a good trip. Yeah. I want to go Melbourne next.
Melbourne's got some good courses. Royal Melbourne. Yeah. That looked pretty nice.
That it looks mint. But I don't think we can go Melbourne anytime soon.
That was so funny on the tee with Melbourne when Tiger was talking about how disrespectful the crowds were. And then he was about to tee off on the 17th or something. This is after he'd had a crack at the crowds because we're all having a go at them because they're the US team.
This is all the time, yeah.
And some random bloke just goes, "Tiger, get your wang out." And you could just see he was just so
rattled. He was absolutely rattled.
Completely rattled. That's so funny. But everyone wanted it, mate. Yeah. Give the people what they want. Tiger, get it out, mate.
There were some good calls during that. That's because when Paddy Reid just got done for cheating
and when Woodland was trying to read that on the last, and someone was like, "Oh, Woodland, you've got no idea."
I'm pretty sure he sunk it after that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. Woodland didn't like that.
That was a good President's Cup.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll wrap up the podcast. Yeah, mate,
thanks for having me on.
Mate, thanks for coming. It's been a good podcast. If you're listening on YouTube or subscribe, like the video, just get it shared around. Spotify, give it a follow. And on the Instagram page, I'm starting to post a lot of content, so give that a follow. And we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Too easy.